Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I am so happy that you were able to spend a little bit of your day with me. Today I'm going to be showing you the plants in my beauty room slash closet, and I have done a video on this room, but the plants have changed almost 100% of the plants have changed in this room. And so I just wanted to share them with you and show you the things that I have changed in here. Now I'm going to start off right behind me. And behind me, what I have is this beautiful caladium. If you're familiar with my channel, you know how much I love the colors pink and green together. And this caladium is the essence of what I love about pink and green together. This plant is so gorgeous. And I purchased this at Trader Joe's, and I had one of these. I purchased one of these 2 years ago, and the first year it lasted the entire winter time in my house, but the second year I don't think I kept up with the routine enough for it to last the entire winter, and so it went dormant. And it did come back this year, but it came back all white. It just has little specks of pink in it and the tiniest amount of green. So that one is outside, and I'm hoping that it's going to start putting out a little bit more color. But this is the one that, oh, be still my heart. I love this pink and green together so much. It is just so beautiful. So there's my caladium. She actually has a flower back here. Hopefully you can see that. She has a flower, a new leaf there, and a new leaf down here. So she's doing really well in this room. And I guess I should have started off by prefacing the fact that this room has one window. This is a closet. And the window is, I'm in my basement, so the window is high up. You can see it's right there. It is high up. It is a south-facing window, but there is something obstructing this window so it doesn't get full sun. So I do have some plants in that window that I will show you, but in reality, this does not get a whole bunch of light from there. For the most part, the lights that I have for this window are from my vanity lights, and these vanity lights are not grow lights, they're vanity lights, and so they are 60-watt daylight light bulbs, and that's what I use to power all of these plants and to keep them happy. So again, the window does not have a curtain on it, so there's a little bit of light coming in from there, but for the most part it is just my daylight vanity bulbs that my plants get. And so I watch these plants very heavily to make sure that they are getting enough light, and if anything starts to look like it's starting to deteriorate or anything like that, I immediately take it out of here. Now, something that is new to my room, which I didn't think they would last in here, but I have some alocasia. I have some alocasia in here, and I'm really happy that these plants are able to survive in here. Now, I tried it out with this one first. I purchased this one, from Home Depot when they were having their 50% off sale. So this plant was $10, and so I thought this would be a good one to try to see how things would work out in here with the alocasia. And so far, this plant is doing really well. It just flowered, so I know that it's happy. Now, it's funny because something else I learned while it was down here by mistake was the fact that these stems are self-healing. I cut the flower. After a while, I realized that the flower needed to go because it was just getting bigger and bigger, and I really just didn't want it to continue to take the energy from the plant. And so I ended up snipping this leaf a little bit. But what I did was I propped this up against the mirror when I saw that it was starting to turn colors. I said, oh, what happened? And I looked and I saw that the stem was snipped. And so what I did was I propped it up, and now there's like a little scab or a healing wound that is on this plant. So it healed itself, and I'm really, really happy about that. So I learned two great things using this plant as an example for something to try. Isn't this beautiful? She is so pretty. Next to her, I have my cupria or my red secret alocasia. Now this plant, by this time normally, this is my third cupria. I have not been successful with these plants. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I've purchased two of them. Within a week, they were both gone. So the first one, well, it was a clearance plant because it was on its way out. But the second one, it was perfectly healthy before I got to it. So it's definitely me. It's not the Cupria, it's me. But this time what I did was I purchased this from a smaller nursery, and it was in conditions kind of like what it would be like here. And I feel like I'm seeing something moving back here. Sorry, I thought I saw something moving on this thing, but it was just a little bit of lint. Sorry. I always get so tickled when I see people sharing their plant collection and they go into pest mode. But yeah, I thought it's okay. But I had my emergency supply right here and it didn't move, so obviously it was lint. Anyway, this plant is so beautiful and it is a dream plant for me. This has been a very hard one. The jewel alocasia are a little bit more finicky. So far, she's doing well. This plant was on clearance. I mentioned this to you in a past video. This plant was on clearance because it had a leaf that was coming out deformed like this. And oh, that's what I was saying before. When I purchased this, I purchased it from a nursery that's just a little plant shop called Bark and Vine, and they had it in conditions that would be a lot like my conditions in my home. And so I said this may be a good place for me to get this. And so far she's doing really well. This leaf was not fully open when I purchased her. It was halfway closed. This side of it was closed, but you could see that it was going to be deformed. And I'm assuming that that's the reason why this plant was on sale. And then these leaves down here were really droopy. Well, all three of these were really, really droopy, but they are doing really well now. They're standing up and they're doing well. So I'm happy that she's still here. It's been 2 weeks now and she's still here. So I'm really excited about that because this has been the plant that has been eluding my happiness. It's like it's just not there. It was just doing whatever it wanted to do. But so far, so good, and I am really happy about her. So down here, I have 2 spider plants. There are spider plants in almost every room in my house because spider plants, I have my big, huge spider plants, and when the babies get a little bit too big or they look like they're going to start drying out because they've been on the mom plant too long, I just take them and I pot them into, I just take them and I pop them into some soil. So next over here, I have this philodendron, and this is a philodendron that was shared with me on Facebook Marketplace, and these were some of the cuttings that I took from the original plant. Something I'm super excited to share with you. This was a gift that was shared with me, and she was watching my video. I mentioned that I didn't have an N'joy Pothos, and she gave me this one. She gave me a little plant, and she's doing so well. She started to trail. You can see right here, this piece right here started to trail pretty long, and so what I did was I just curled it around the top of the pot, and she only has a top dressing of the leca. The rest of her is soil, and I just really like her. This was the outfit that I bought for her from the Christmas tree shop. I love this pot so much with the little feet and the ears, or the arms. My daughter thinks they're arms. But what I did was I just added lashes to her. I had these lashes forever. I would never wear lashes this big. I normally wear more lashes that are a little bit more natural looking. But I had these. I knew I wouldn't wear them. And so I decided to give her lashes. And I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. I love her so much. I think this is just perfect. So I just dolled her up, and she has on the very same outfit. Next to her, I have my Aglaonema, and she is doing really well. She has one leaf that looks like it's on the way out, but I did forget to water her. And so that's the leaf that's gonna definitely lose out because I didn't do the right thing. But so far she's been doing really well. This is another jewel orchid that I have to be very careful with. Now this room right here seems to be working out really well for my alocasia because this room is pretty warm. I do run a fan in here, but the room itself is pretty warm. And so I think it's a good place for it. Originally, I had this one in the cupria in my bathroom upstairs, which I will be doing a tour of the plants that I keep in my bathrooms. But I had them in my bathrooms, but it seemed like they were getting a little bit too much moisture because the leaves were in a strange way, they were just a little bit too soft. And so I just decided I would take them out and put them down here, and they're doing so much better here. They're not soft like they were in the bathroom. So I'm happy about that. Down below those two, I have these two plants. These are both cuttings. This is from my Creeping Charlie was the name on it, but one of you told me that this is actually an ivy, and yes, that's what I've always known this plant to be, but the label said Creeping Charlie, but this right here is the Swedish ivy was the name that I was given for this, so either one of those names that you would know this by. Very fast growing plant. I only put this in here about 2 weeks ago, and it is already taken off and growing. And then this is a small Syndapsis that I just had some clippings because I had to take it off of my really long plant, and I put them in here, and now it's growing really well. It's very well rooted. You can actually see the roots at the bottom, and it's been maybe a month since I've put this in here, so that took off really quickly. Now for me, a room would not be complete without a N'joy Pothos. And here is my N'joy Pothos that I have in this room. She is very long and trailing. She's keeping her color. She is a little bit darker than she was when she was upstairs, but she is keeping her color for the most part. And I will say I forget to water her a lot. I really do. And I feel so badly about that. I think the last time I watered her, she was not sitting in dirt, but dust. And so I felt really badly. And she does need a repot because her roots are actually coming up out of the top. So that means that she really, really needs to be repotted. But she's still doing really well. And I love how dangly she is because she just hangs over the side of this vanity or this shelf, and she's really doing well. Okay, back here I have my philodendron Florida Green. And I'm not going to move her because she has 2 new leaves coming in, and I really don't want to disturb them because I tend to be a little clumsy. So there she is back there. Let me see if I can just bring her up a little bit. There she goes. See how beautiful she is? See? I don't want to disturb her. And then I also have this Brazil back here. This is the one that I purchased from Trader Joe's, and I purchased 2 of them, put them into one pot. And Grandma Hammer told me that she thought I had 2 different plants, and she was right. This here is one leaf that is more of a, the variegation is very different. See, all of this plant right here has a very different look to it. But then over here, the leaves are very different. So yes, thank you so much. These are 2 different plants, and I am not sad about it. Okay, in the background here, you can see I have a Monstera because Monstera seem to be the other thing that I tend to have in just about every room in my house. I love Monstera. And this one right here is a plant that I purchased that on sale last year. And this is actually not a Monstera. This is a split leaf philodendron because it does not have any openings on the leaves that are not sealed, I believe. It was sold to me as a split leaf philodendron, but I know the big difference between those two is the Monstera will get holes or fenestrations that do not end up as split leaves. But this one right here, for the most part, I'm looking, it just has split leaves. But anyway, it was sold to me as a split leaf philodendron, and yeah, look at her. She's beautiful. She has quite a number of leaves. She has a new leaf that just opened up there, and it has a lot of splits in it. So I know it's getting enough light. And Mr. Robert, if you can tell me what you think about how this one looks. The last one I had in here, Mr. Robert told me that it wasn't doing well in this room. It did not have enough light on it. So now I have a light that is trained on this plant specifically, and I'm hoping that it's doing okay. One of the leaves actually got burned because the light was a little bit too strong, but hopefully it's doing well. But Mr. Robert hopefully you will be able to tell me whether or not that one's doing well now. Then in the background over here, you will see my snake plant that I love. That snake plant is doing so well because I can't get to it easily. I tend to overwater my snake plants, and that one is probably just so happy every single day because I can't reach. I just do it all the time. Now down here on my makeup table, I have this peace lily that was shared with me on Facebook Marketplace. And this one right here is, it was going down. I just ended up putting it into this really tall vessel, and there's a reservoir of water down here. The roots are in that reservoir, but the plant is still doing well. As a matter of fact, it went down to just 2 leaves, and now it's definitely putting out leaves and telling me that it's happy, and I just almost snapped the new leaf on it. But I really like it. I'm really happy that this plant is now happy. And right behind that, you'll see I have an Aglaonema, and that is the Silver Bay, and that's the small one that I purchased and I shared with you in a haul. Right up here, I have a propagation of a Scindapsus that I've shared with you before. She has moved around for a little while. I think she was in this room the last time I did a tour, but this Scindapsus argyraeus she's just doing so well. I really, really love her. Her leaves are so happy. Her vines are happy. So I really love her. And she is in a Bath & Body Works outfit. And it's the pink Prosecco frosting candle. This candle was really great. It was very sweet, a little sweet for my taste, but it was a good scent for my closet. So that's what she's wearing. Next, I have another spider plant. Now this one right here tends to get neglected a lot. I don't know what it is that I don't water this on time, and then it starts drooping. So she has a little bit of browning on her tips. And the outfit that she is wearing is actually a Victoria's Secret perfume box. And I just thought it was so cute. And so I didn't want to just toss the box since I knew it would look so cute as an outfit for one of my plants. And so I didn't toss it. I try to reuse as many things as I possibly can. And so this is the Victoria's Secret Tease Sugar Fleur, and this is the Eau de Parfum, and this is the 3.4 fluid ounce size. The box is really big, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous with this plant hanging out of the side of it, out of the top of it, not the side. And so I was really happy when I was able to put her in this, and she looks so pretty. And she just sits right up in the window. And again, that's a south-facing window. Next, I have some tinies, and these are both Regal Shield pups, and I potted these up and I put them separately. They're both in moss, and they're doing really, really well. And again, this room is so warm. I think that's what adds to the health of these plants in this room. Now, they are not in the artificial light. They are in natural light. They sit right in the window, and because they're so tiny, they get a lot of light. So they're doing really well in here. Next, this is one of the Silver Streak Pothos that I just recently repotted on camera. And I took this small piece out and I put it into this little container. So she's doing really, really well. She didn't go through a dormancy period, which is really shocking because, and I know that she didn't because she already has this new leaf on her and there's a little teeny tiny one over there. So I know she's doing really well and she's happy. But yes, this is a Silver Streak baby. Love this. Next, I have a propagation of a watermelon peperomia. I just cut 2 of the leaves and I popped it into this mixture of very, very, very chunky soil, and it's been doing really well. You can see the little baby over there, and it's been in here for some time, and I forget this all the time, and it's still living. So happy about that. So this is the last plant in the window. This is an exotica So this is the last plant in the window. This is an exotica Scindapsus, and this plant was a plant that suffered root rot, and I was able to save her by cutting her up and just taking off all of the extra plant that was on her. I purchased her on clearance in Lowe's. She was all curled up. I just assumed that she was underwatered, but instead she was overwatered because Scindapsus do curl when they're overwatered and underwatered. But I was able to save her. I have lots of propagations around my home, and I learned so much from this plant. And she's just sitting in this little bunny planter that I love to pieces. I purchased this outfit in Savers. Yes, I purchased this outfit in Savers and I love her. Yes, she's so cute. So now I'm just going to switch you over to the other side of my room. I just have 3 more plants to go and I'll be all done. Okay, so this right here is the newest plant that I've added to my closet, and this ZZ plant was in Lowe's just waiting for me. Not Lowe's, it was Home Depot. She was in Home Depot just waiting for me, and I wanted a nice big statement plant for the side of my vanity because obviously I love plants, they make me happy, and I just wanted, while I'm sitting in here, I just wanted something that would be sitting here that wouldn't need too much light, and I thought a ZZ plant would be absolutely perfect. And when I went inside and saw this beautiful ZZ on sale, I said 100%, yeah, this is going to come home with me, and she has been doing so well. This stalk right here is opening up, and then she has a new baby coming in right down there. You can see how bright green she is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then next to her, I have this bird's nest fern, and this is the one I purchased on sale in Target for $3. This is the very same plant. She was tiny. She's been repotted twice, and she is getting bigger and bigger every day. And now she's starting to show the mature leaves that has a little dip on the ends. And right after that, I just have 1 propagation of a Marble Queen Pothos. And she's just sitting here in this vase. She's going to stay exactly like that. Instead of a pot of flowers, I just have a pot of pothos, and I really, really do love that. It makes me happy. So there you have it. These are all the plants that I have in my beauty room / closet, and I love them all. These are all plants that very specifically I chose for this room because of the feeling that I want to have when I'm in this room. I think about even this pink caladium. It just brings that beautiful pink and green that I really, really want in this room. For the most part, this room is pink and white with a little bit of gray. I have a gray wall over here, but this room, the colors in this room just make me happy, and it's just a good place for me just to relax, and I'm really, really enjoying it. But again, I try to do my best to make sure I watch them so that if anybody's not doing well, I have time to bring them up. I bring them up to water them so they sit outside for an afternoon or something like that. So if anybody needs a little bit of fresh air, they get that as well. I do open my window for them every once in a while so that they can get some fresh air coming in, especially when it's really warm outside, because I do want this room to stay nice and toasty for them, but then not too toasty where I'm having a problem with any of my things, because again, my clothes and everything like that are in here, and I don't want to have any problems with those either. So thank you again for joining me today, guys. I truly appreciate you spending your time with me. If you have subscribed to this channel, I say to you, thank you. Thank you so very much. And if you are just here to see if you want to give it a try, that's okay too, because I appreciate you. And I welcome you to come back again and again. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day and enjoy all your plant babies. Bye, guys.